go. Mark 8 GTI, brand new, 2024 this thing is. Got 800 miles on it when I picked it up this morning from the rental car dealership. And I was cool enough, it was nice. I found 2 other GTIs that I could park next to. No, I'm just kidding. I love this car. So basically, I usually rent cars a couple times a month for work-related, business-related stuff. I walked into the rental car place this morning, saw this thing out front and said, wow, I guess I'm going to review a GTI today. I'm exhausted, but whatever. I drove it about 300 something miles already. I'm going to drive it another 300 tomorrow, and I figured I'd give you guys a quick review on it. I'm a Mark IV owner. I really enjoy these cars. I'm just going to get into the driving because it's literally 97 degrees out here. Didn't even shut the car off. Or do forget this, so before we actually get into the driving, before I forget again, let's do a quick interior walkthrough. You can see they've definitely improved on this car. I mean, the classic plaid seats, they started doing that in the Mark Vs. I really love how they give you that option when you opt for cloth. Very nice layout. I think it's a little complicated, the user interface. 4-door. These cars always surprise me how much legroom you actually get for such a small little car. But it's nice. I mean, it's decent quality for the price of the car. Like I said, the UI is a little overdone. They kind of copied BMW here. I don't know who did this first, but from the BMWs that I've rented, I've always seen them with this style shifter here. So it's down, puts you in drive, up once lightly is neutral, up again is reverse, and then the park, you have a button. So let's get into the driving. Like I said, not expecting to review this car today. I actually went and bought a phone mount from my nearest Advance Auto just so I could give you guys a proper review. All right, let's talk about what we do and don't like about this car in terms of the driving. So right off the bat, a couple of things I really enjoy is just your typical GTI stuff. I mean, there's no other way to put it. The car's tight, it's fun, handles like it's on rails for what it is. Love that, once again, like every other GTI, you could just throw it through corners, not have to really care about whether you even have a good tire on the car or not. It just handles so well. Power-wise, they definitely improved over the last few models. I've been in a couple of previous model GTIs that are stock before the people I knew modded them. This thing definitely holds ass compared to the previous few models for sure. You definitely feel the power improvement. I rented a couple months ago an EcoBoost Mustang. It's almost, I think, 300 horsepower car. And it was definitely fun. I think this car is actually faster, to be honest, especially in the higher torque range, like going 90 or above. I think this car would definitely smoke that car in a race. I love how you can still, once again, just do this, just hammer it, and you actually feel like you're moving. And once again, you know, you could hear it like in the newer GLI. They started this in like the Mark 6 range, I want to say, with the GLI and GTI, where it has a lot of animated intake noise. It's not animated like the new EcoBoost Mustangs and garbage like that, but it's noisier for a stock intake. It's definitely different than as a Mark IV driver. What I have, if my car was stock, it's not anywhere near as noisy coming from the engine bay. And it sounds good, it sounds beefy. Another positive that I will say is the paddle shifting on this car is phenomenal. It's unlike most newer cars with paddles, where if you put it in manual mode, it's actually gonna stay there for quite a while. A lot of times on these newer cars with paddles, if you're not switching gears or whatever, it's gonna go right out, because they don't really give you an option sometimes to switch back to normal driving mode. What this car has, if you just click the shifter down and drive towards you, it's going to put it back in normal drive mode. But either way, it's a very nice feel, these paddle shifters. This car is great. It's everything you would expect out of a GTI, like I said. Now, moving into some of the negatives, I would say the new age stuff on this car is kind of what bothers me. So there's something that Volkswagen over the last generation or two now haven't been able to figure out, and it's something they added in called VW Travel Assist. It's basically a combo of cruise control and adaptive, like lane assist in a way, anti-collision, whatever you want to call it. It's a combo of it, and it's quirky. You can shut it off, but it doesn't shut off sometimes. I noticed it on the way down. I shut it off about 3 times, and then if I wasn't going in my lane, like 20 minutes later, whatever, I'm bobbing in and out of traffic, it wants to cut me back into my lane. So they still haven't figured that out, apparently. The other thing that really makes me really, really angry, and it's not just Volkswagen, it's a lot of these newer cars, is the Apple CarPlay is quirky again. This is like the 5th car. I rent a car probably 3, 4, 5 times, sometimes a month. And it's such a nuisance in a lot of these newer cars with Apple CarPlay where it doesn't work. I get in this thing, I click Apple CarPlay, it's connected via Bluetooth, I'll even plug it in through the cable, and it won't connect. Then it will connect, and I'll go to click play on a song, and it'll just keep pausing. Click play, pause, over and over again. I don't know what that's about, but it's really annoying, especially coming from, like, this car new is 35 grand. I think it starts in the low 30s, actually. So that it's just unacceptable, to be honest. Like, at this point, that companies can't get that right. That would make me so angry if I spent 30-something grand on this car and that was what I had to deal with. But I digress. I'm trying to think of other things that I don't like. There really isn't a whole lot about this car that I don't like, to be honest. I was saying that to myself on the way down. There really isn't a whole lot that I don't like about it. I think they really knocked this car out of the park, big time. Once again, I'm always a complainer on price. I think the price of new cars is fucking ridiculous in general. I don't know if it's worth the money that they're asking, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's the same price for a fucking Camry. So what's really the difference? You know, I'd rather drive this for the money that they're asking than a fucking Camry. So, not there's anything wrong with Toyota, but I think you get my point. It's a lot more fun. Very good on gas. Thing that I will say about these cars as they age, they are aging gracefully. Definitely, I definitely enjoy the where these cars are going, but it kind of loses its purity as it's aging. Like going back before, I said I have a Mark IV project car, but it's a running and driving car, and hopping in that, I mean, obviously mine's 5-speed, this is automatic. It definitely loses its purity as the car ages and moves forward with more and more technology being pumped into it. It's still a fun car. I could still consider it, you know, for being a front-wheel drive car, I consider it a driver's car, I guess. I know that's kind of an oxymoron, but it's fun. They're fun cars for what they are. I mean, yeah, in terms of positives, I'm not really sure what else to say. I think I've kind of covered myself here. I really enjoy the car. That's the biggest positive of them all. I feel like they did a great job with it. It feels solid. I mean, highway speed's nice. It definitely is a little stiffer riding from what I felt in the previous years, in my opinion at least. But it's a good bang for your buck, that's for sure. Like I said, I think a lot of these newer cars are just crazy expensive. But I feel like, you know, for what you're going to get anyway, I feel like this car is definitely a solid option for somebody that wants to actually enjoy what they're driving every day, still get good fuel mileage. Comes probably brand new. I mean, they come with a warranty, whatever, throw one on it, whatever the fuck you want to do. But they're fun cars. I'm definitely a GTI fanboy, that's for sure. I'm shocked that they even had this car as a rental option. When I saw it, I was like, give me the GTI. I need it. So, yeah, that's really about it for this video, guys. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, give a thumbs up, drop a comment. Appreciate it.